Hello everybody, CVM here with another Versus Video Deck Tech. Today I'm joined once again by Mr.
Braun-Duin,
the old BBD. And today we're playing basically a mono black splash red aggro deck. So I'm actually really excited to give this deck a try. When Gnarled Scarhide was spoiled, I was really excited for the mono black aggro archetype. And then once again I was seduced by Stormbreath Dragon. What can I say? So I'm no longer looking at that deck, I'm just all in on Jund monsters. But I think this deck actually has the potential to be very good right now. I really like that we have all of these aggressive 1 and 2 drops, and the thing that this deck is doing that the other black aggro decks haven't been doing recently is he added red for Madcap Skills. So Madcap Skills is the type of card that sometimes you just have to go all in on it, and if they have an answer, you get blown out. But if they don't, then you're just going to win the game. I usually like to use it just as a 3 points plus whatever the creature's power is when I know that I can get in with it, as opposed to playing it into some type of removal spell. But I think that Madcap Skills in a deck like this has the potential to do a lot of damage because we really only need to get in one hit with it, and then we can lean on our Lifebane Zombies and Mogis' Marauders to finish the rest.
Yeah, Madcap Skills is often a 2-mana Lava Axe, and sometimes it's a 2-mana double Lava Axe.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Now, adding red also gives us access to Dreadbore, which is just a premium removal spell, and Lightning Strike, which is a removal spell plus gives us a little bit of reach. But we also get Spike Jester. So I really liked Spike Jester when we were testing for, was it Dublin?
Yep.
Yeah, so for Dublin, I was really high on Spike Jester. I really liked it in the black aggressive decks, but the decks just weren't really BBD's playstyle. They weren't as good as we would have liked them to be. But Spike Jester in general just overperformed in every deck that we had him in.
Yeah, I think that deck was actually one of the better decks we came up with, but yeah, it just wasn't my playstyle. So
just not going to be sleeping up Spike Jester.
I lost to Spike Jester a million games and was like, all right, let's move on to some other decks here. Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to play Spike Jester now. The one thing that I don't like about this deck is I feel like 5 mountains is too many.
Agree.
And I don't think you can play a full 4 Mutavaults, but I think that some number could be here.
Yeah, you really have 9 red spells. You can get away with 10 red sources.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, you actually don't need to play any mountains. You could maybe play 1 or 2, but I honestly don't think you need to play a single mountain in this deck. You could probably get away with some more swamps, maybe a couple of Mutavaults.
So I'm hoping that we don't just have hands full of mountains, not able to cast anything, but it is very likely. Now, the one actually really unique element, unique card in this deck that gives it an extra element is Spiteful Returned. So Spiteful Returned is a 1/1 for 2 that whenever it attacks, the defending player loses 2 life. It's actually relevant because in 2-headed giant it doesn't hit both of your opponents. I learned that the hard way. But it also has Bestow. So this is the type of card that gives us additional reach, similar to what Lightning Strike, Madcap Skills, and Mogis' Marauder does, where we're getting a guaranteed 2 points of life loss that we're able to factor in when we're alpha striking or making what appear to be unfavorable attacks to push through damage. We're able to have a little bit of reach to get a little bit of extra damage out of our creatures, because we're always going to be guaranteed 2 from whatever creature attacks that Spiteful Returned is on, or if it's attacking by itself.
Yeah, and one nice thing about this deck is Spiteful Returned is not a fantastic 2-drop, but it is respectable. And Gnarled Scarhide's not the best 1-drop, but it is respectable. And Herald Torment's not the best 3-drop, but it's fine. But all these cards have extra abilities that make them better the longer the game goes.
Yep. So
they all have upside. They all serve their roles as a 1, 2, or 3-drop fine, but they also are fantastic on 4 or 5.
Yep. This card has seen a lot of play already.
Yep.
and would continue to see play even if it didn't have its additional abilities. Same thing with Herald of Torment, although there hasn't been very many 3/3 flyers for 3 that have been printed recently. I kind of feel like if there had been, they might have seen some play.
There was the one in Scar's block.
Yeah, but that's years ago.
Yeah, that guy didn't see any play. Nope. But it's okay.
But this one now has Bestow and as an enchantment, so it's just extra relevant. So this is the main deck. Hopefully we don't kill ourselves with Mana Confluence, but we probably will.
Mountains and Confluences.
Mountains and Confluences. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sideboard and see what options an aggressive deck like this has. Right, welcome back, everybody. Here we have the sideboard for the, it's a black-red deck, but you don't see any red cards here on the sideboard. We're just mono-black. Now we have a 4 Thrill Kill Assassin, which is a creature that you usually see in the main deck,
Yes.
these types of decks. But since we're splashing red, we get to play Spike Jester, which is a bit of an upgrade. However, against decks with like Sylvan Caryatid or, you know, random green creatures they're going to block, Courser of Crucifix is another popular one that you're seeing. Thrill Kill Assassin is just going to be better as it can actually attack through the creatures where Spike Jester can't.
Yeah, Throw can attack through Courser without dying and always kills the Courser. It's very good against Pelukrinos as well.
Mm-hmm.
Either unleashed when you're very far ahead on board so they can't block, or leashed if you need a blocker to buy you time for things like Life Banes or whatever to
For sure.
take the job home.
We have 4 Thoughtseize, which is just another very good card.
Yep.
I'm sure plenty of people are always happy when their opponent gets to cast Thoughtseize against them.
I like when I keep a hand that's like 5 lands and 1 threat on like a multi-6 and get Thoughtseized. It's actually the best feeling of Magic.
That's real nice.
Yeah.
I actually kept a hand this last weekend that was Mystic, 6 lands, double Temple Mutavault, and got Thoughtseized on 2 after I had drawn a land for my turn. I felt pretty smart, and then I drew 5 more lands and lost.
Yep, exactly.
So that does happen. We do have 3 Ultimate Price and 3 Dark Betrayal as more removal spells. Price is very good at killing Desecration Demon, so is Dark Betrayal. And then we have a Whip of Erebos, which is just a way to pad our life total if we're playing against like Burn or Hexproof, but also gives us a little bit of resilience against the control decks, where we can just like whip back our Life Banes and Mogus' Marauders, just gives us a little bit extra reach for those decks that are going to be killing all of our creatures.
One thing to note about Ultimate Price is it may seem weird to play Ultimate Price 3 copies of Ultimate Price when there's only 2 Dreadboards in the main deck, but Ultimate Price kills Master of Waves, which is a big deal. So that's a reason to play Ultimate Price over additional copies of Dreadbore.
That is correct. And this deck just really doesn't care about Planeswalkers. Like, we're just going to be faster than the Planeswalkers are anyways.
Really, doesn't care about Planeswalkers?
No! So that's the sideboard. I'm definitely excited to play the deck, and let's go ahead and jump in and see how it does against the big range Naya.
Big range.